As creatives, I think there are a few things that we all have in common. One of them is having a little bit of self-doubt. The other is struggling a bit with procrastination. And the third is struggling a bit with self-comparison. There's a lesson that I've learned recently that's really helped me dealing with these things. I'm a long way into my creative journey. I've been doing what I've been doing for quite a few years, and I've gone up and down with these problems. You know, sometimes I struggle more with that, other times I'm a bit more free-flying and there's no issues. But there's something that I've kind of had at the back of my mind, and I've read a couple of times, but I've really learned it recently and seen how it can help with these problems. Welcome to topic 3 of the creative journey, the power of forward motion. I think I first heard about this kind of theory in a couple of books. One of them is this one, The War of Art by Steven Pressfield. It's a really great book. I actually read it very early on in my career. A friend suggested it to me. It's all about experiencing resistance, about how doing anything creative means that you generate sort of this internal resistance, and it's about fighting against that. I think this is a perfect example for what I'm talking about. You know, procrastination, self-comparison, self-doubt, they're all kind of forms of resistance against what you want to do. The other one is a really great book that I can't find right now, but it's called The Meaning in the Making by Sean Tucker. It's all about being a creative. It's just a fantastic read all round if you're interested in creativity and the process that goes with that. But it speaks to kind of the power of action, about how doing things and creating things creates this sort of order in your life. And as a creative that experiences a kind of will to want to make and create things, it's a really great example of why that is so important. So coming back to the title, the power of forward motion, what does this actually mean? Well, I think when we experience any of these things, you're struggling with a project, or you can't get something off the ground, you're doubting yourself, it's stopping you from moving. You're looking at somebody else's work, you're comparing. It's a really hard thing to deal with, and it kind of makes you maybe a bit negative about what you do. All of these things result in a kind of form of procrastination. I don't want to do this because it's not going to be good enough. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it off. I don't have the skills. Maybe I'm just not as good. All of these kind of thoughts of self-doubt and things that might stop you from moving forward and doing that project. So the lesson that I've learned recently, and I've kind of experienced this a few times, but I've really pinpointed it recently, is that action stops that self-doubt. It momentarily silences that negativity, that lack of belief, procrastination, all of these things. When you move forward just a little bit, that noise in your head that's telling you can't do it kind of goes quieter. And the more you do it, the more all of that goes away, and you can start to work on these creative things freely. You can say the opposite. The longer you procrastinate, the longer you start to feel guilty about things, the more you're going to look through Instagram, see other projects that people are doing and go, oh, they're better than I am, I'm not good enough, all of these things. By sitting and not doing, you're kind of letting that fester, letting that feeling grow and take control. And in this Steven Pressfield book, he really actually kind of demonizes that feeling, this resistance. Your brain is willing you to resist. It doesn't want you to succeed. So you almost have to fight against it, and that's why it's called the war of art. It's like you're fighting against this negativity, this thing that's trying to pull you back and stop you, and every time you take that little step forward, you're kind of fighting and winning that battle and saying to it, no, I am good enough. And if you keep going like that, one little step at a time, you will silence those voices, you'll move forward on these things, and you'll feel a lot better, you'll feel a lot freer, and you'll be moving forward on the things that matter to you. Delving a little bit deeper into this, if you're like me, you've got lots of things going on. You've got lots of different projects in your mind, or things you've been thinking about for years that you want to do. That can become super overwhelming, and actually can be kind of a little bit depressing, because you think, I've been thinking about this idea for years and I haven't done anything about it. Or, you know, I've had this project halfway done, but I just can't finish it. All of these things that burden us as creatives. I've found that breaking these down into really small pieces, not just thinking about, oh, I need to do this whole project. It's about thinking, what's the next little piece I can pick off that I can do, and I know when I get a spare 5 minutes, when I get a spare hour, I can just do this next step, and that's progress on this project. When you're able to segment it down like that and just do a little piece, it kind of gets rid of all of this overthinking. That self-doubt, that comparison, you're kind of busy, you know what's next, you know how to move forward, and that's what stops that negative process and enables you to move forward and to eventually create more things. It comes back a little bit to that perfectionism, you know? I think it's really common that lots of people get a project to sort of 75% and then they don't know how to finish it. You know, being a perfectionist, seeing these incredible things on Instagram that lots of other people are doing and going, oh, what's the point in sharing this? It's not as good, or I'm not as good. Just doing these little steps, what's next? How can I just move this forward 5%? Those are the things that get it over the line, and by creating that thing, you can move on to the next, and that forward motion is what sets you free from these overthinking problems. That self-doubt, comparison, all of those things, they kind of evaporate when you know what you're doing. You know what's next, you know what the plan is. Figure out the projects that are important to you, figure out what is the next small step you can take, and that motion, that moving forward, will enable you to get these things done. You'll feel better about your creativity in general, and you'll stop comparing because you've got a trajectory, you've got a plan, and you're moving forward. By putting a drop in the ocean with those little pieces every time, you'll eventually create something bigger, and you'll look back on your year and you'll figure out all of these things that you've moved forward just by doing these small steps. And just to give you a quick example to prove that I also struggle greatly with procrastination and putting projects on the sideline, is this video is shot a year after the first 2 creative journey videos. So I shot those both in our old place. And I sat on them basically for a year. I edited the first one, had it ready, didn't post it because I didn't think it was good enough. And the second one, I just procrastinated doing for ages and ages because I didn't think it was good enough. And what I did actually towards the start of this year is I sat down and I figured out, okay, where am I at with it? How can I move it forward just a little bit? And by doing that, by taking those 5 minutes just to see, this is where I am in the edit, this is what's next, then I kind of got the momentum. I started moving forward, and it stopped me doubting myself, thinking, oh, I've made these 2 things, I filmed them, I put the effort in, but I'm never going to finish it, and nobody's going to like it, and all of this. Just taking those little steps, one piece at a time, meant that I got it done and I got it out. And even if only 30 people watch it, that's important because this is something that I want to do and share, and that is enabling me just to move forward and just to feel that kind of momentum. And this will reflect itself in lots of other parts of my creative journey as well. You know, it's not just this thing. By moving forward on this, it enables me to think positively about the other things that I'm cooking up and be creative on other topics and other projects that I've got in the pipeline. I'll leave a link to those 2 books down in the description. They're both fantastic. I think Sean Tuckett in general is a really great creative. He makes a lot of great videos similar to this kind of subject, talking about what's actually behind creativity and the deeper meaning of it all, and his book is also a fantastic read. Thank you for watching topic number 3 of the creative journey. I'm going to try and keep these going. I'm enjoying it. I'm trying to get a little bit more regular with the process. Hopefully there's not a year after this one to the next. If you do enjoy it, please leave a comment down below about what you think or like the video. I'm really keen just to start a discussion, see what people think, and talk about these things, because they're things that we all struggle with as creatives, and I think it's great to have a bit of a narrative and a discussion on them. I'll be back in a week or so for number 4 of the creative journey. See you then.